Having only started reviewing games for 2 months now, I won't say I'm an expert yet at conveying how I truly feel about a game. However, with Lone Ruin, the game I'm reviewing in this video, I feel confident in expressing that. Right off the bat, the game reminds me of roguelikes like Hades and Risk of Rain, having the standard formula of starting weapons, beat monster, choose between different dungeons and pathways, upgrade, shop, boss, rinse and repeat basically. However, it has one major problem that I couldn't ignore, which we'll discuss in details later. So with that, let's get to the video. Developed by One Man Shop in Sweden and published by Super Rare Games, Lone Ruin is one of those rare games where you actually see the development history step by step as the creator livestreamed the entire process, which I'll link in the video description below. The gameplay is combat-heavy twin-stick shooter with a roguelike formula. However, the dodge mechanics is not fully fleshed out, the hitbox are a bit unclear, which can make it difficult to tell when an enemy has been affected by an attack. The rail weapon appears to be the most effective, and the boss level is a bit generic with roguelike and bullet hell elements, but does reach a level of challenge. The boomerang weapon was one I found the most to have an advantage with the ability to act like a landmine and quickly take out multiple enemies, proving to be my go-to weapon in the game. The soundtrack has a techno EDM feel, which initially feels generic but picks up the pace as the game goes on. While it may appeal to fans of the lo-fi music playlist, it doesn't fully immerse the player in the gameplay, though I would 100% add a song or two to my study playlist. So the game takes the original roguelike formula but fails to innovate it. There's no compelling story, which isn't required. You have games such as Risk of Rain 2 that doesn't have a story, but it's innovative and has gimmicks, which the game lacks gimmicks. I do acknowledge that I prefer to have one of those two elements in my games, so this is probably not for me, but I feel like there should have been some sort of gimmick, some sort of story to really draw a player to play this game. Otherwise, it's just an endless arcade game, and that just doesn't feel compelling for something to play on your console or PC. Now we also have some other problems. We have the shop, which is confusing, and you have the inability to buy back sold items, which is very frustrating. You have some weapons, such as the icicle one, which blocks incoming attack and does damage, but doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the game. It kind of feels out of place, like it was rushed and added. Modifiers are a saving grace for the gameplay, but there is a lack of interesting item combos, and the rooms and enemies seem to be very repetitive. Just look at this. They look the same, but these are different rooms. There are also some bugs such as the unpause and spell selection, hitboxes, and we also have some art direction that is kinda underwhelming, which is a lack of complexity in the items and the general feel of the sameness throughout the levels. I really want to give this game a win, but I feel with these sort of problems, it's really holding itself back. Overall, Lone Ruin has potential, but falls short in the areas of story, environment, and enemy variety. The repetitive gameplay and the lack of compelling narrative makes it really difficult to fully recommend this game. If you're a fan of roguelikes and don't mind the lack of story and repetitive gameplay, then Lone Ruin might be worth a try. However, if you're looking for something more immersive and variety, there may be better options out there. Let me know in the comments below of what you think and if you'll pick up this game. Feel free to check out my links in bio for my Twitch and other social medias to keep up with the action. See you in the next one!